Howdy guys, Bookie Laura here, and have I got a book haul for you. Typically I don't buy new books. I made a decision this year that I was going to try and use the library more and to buy second-hand books more often and generally try and spend less money on books than I had been spending. This has gone really successfully so far. But then the new Harry Potter book came out. I managed a couple of weeks maybe, but then I just thought, you know what, I've got to have it. I went and bought it. I did do my research first and find the cheapest place possible, but I couldn't resist any longer. I knew that there's got to be an exception for Harry Potter, right? Here it is in all its glory. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I am a massive Harry Potter fan. I recently read the Tales of Beedle the Bard and it got me back into that kind of realm of Harry Potter world and made me really want to step back into the world. So I'm quite excited to read this. I've heard mixed things about it, but I think generally just being able to step back into the magical world is going to be great. I bought the Harry Potter book from Amazon, A, because that was the cheapest place I could find it, and B, because I had some vouchers, which meant that although I was buying new books, it wasn't costing me any money. So I decided that while I was there, I would also have a look at some of the books that were on offer and see if there was anything that appealed. Really quickly, I saw that there was a book, an offer, I think it was 3 books for £10. And I thought, oh, I'll have a quick look, probably all going to be rubbish. But straight away, I found Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. And I was so excited because I've been meaning to read this book for a while. It's one that I keep seeing people reading. It feels a bit more girly than stuff I'd usually read, but I think in the summer I'm more inclined to read that kind of thing. So I'm quite excited about this. Because it was in the 3 for £10, I then spent ages looking at other books that I could then make 3 for £10. Unfortunately, my list ended up massive. Yeah, and I decided, no, let's exercise some self-control and only get 3 of the books. What a tough decision. The Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey. This is a book that has been on my TBR for yonks, so long that I can barely even remember what it's about. In the end, most of my decision about which books to get was based on the fact that this had the highest value, so I was saving the most money by buying it in the offer. Excited. The third book was I Am Malala. Again, been on my TBR for a while. Also, I believe it's coming up in one of the book clubs that I've been involved in. And I thought, well, what a perfect time to get it. I'm really excited about reading this. I've wanted to read more non-fiction. I'm also a massive feminist at heart, and I love this kind of stuff, so I'm really looking forward to reading that. Now, when I was looking in the 3 for £10 section, there were other books that were on my TBR that I wasn't able to get. One of the ways that I appeased myself was to go onto eBay and see if I could get them there. And I managed to find one book at a right bargain price, which was Station 11 by Emily St John Mandel. This cost me, no joke of a lie, £2 something. And I thought, it doesn't matter what condition it's in, because for £2 I'm going to enjoy the story and I don't care. And then it came and it's a blooming hardback book for £2. I am chuffed to bits about this. It's kind of, from what I gather, a kind of dystopian future thing. I know that I'd seen Fiona Waite's books, had read it and it appealed to me, so I'm gonna do it. Also, how bright is this? Well, I then got on the whole let's buy books thing. I did order 2 more books from eBay that unfortunately haven't arrived yet. One was Jane Eyre, because I've never read any Bronte and I'm about to put that right. The other was The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, I think. Gonna be honest and hold my hands up, I had no idea what it was about until very recently. I thought it sounded like boring old classic boredom. It just really appealed to me when I found out what it was about, so I picked that up for a couple of pounds as well. And I'm very excited. I'm really excited about how beautiful my TBR shelf is looking right now. That when I look at it at the start of every month, I find it really hard to choose what to read because it looks that good. If you've read any of these books, then let me know. Let me know if they're positives, which ones should I read first. There are so many, how can I possibly choose? Harry Potter. But do let me know if you've read them, and I'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.